You know,
you streaming?
I just started it up.
All right. Let me see what you're doing for him. They just got done making me 2 fat ass cheeseburgers, Scott.
Oh.
Oh, they said shit ain't in progress.
Just gotta give it a second.
You gonna do it? You know I am old impatient ass nigga.
It's alright though, you don't know no better.
What you like?
It's alright though, you don't know no better.
Something we've only seen less than a handful of times since this franchise was born back in the 90s, and that's Jacksonville hosting in the playoffs as we welcome you to TIAA Bank Field. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it'll be a great one between the Miami Dolphins and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. First carry for Kenyon Drake. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll try the left side. McFarland. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Back to throw. Tate. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Ready.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
On the ready.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Raekwon McMillan gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you've got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for. Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the left side. McFarland. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On 3rd down, Drake. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Throwing to start the drive. Groves. And that is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Yep. 56. All day.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Groves. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. Able to push his way through. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Pull it high. You're out.
To throw on 2nd down. Groves. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami.
Let's go.
Carlson on for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready. 50, plant, protein, spill. Ready.
On 3rd down, it's Hill. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Groves. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Go to 18. From the west.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On the run, it's Fournette. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey, dude. Hey. 56. Oh, here we go. Get it.
Looking to throw. Groves. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a give, right side. McFarland. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. 65 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Fournette. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Come on, set. 60 or.
56. Check 56.
Go. Back. Shoot.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Groves. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And the Jags grab it. And they'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Groves. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
It's got to the point when we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. This is Fournette, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Leonard Fournette stops short of the marker on fourth down. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Drake. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll try the left side. McFarland, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
They'll keep it on the ground. McFarland across the 30 to the 31-yard line. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
6-6, pull it high. Ready? 5.
Now Fournette. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Groves. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags 1st down. 2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
56.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Groves. That's caught by Jennings. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. A handoff to Fournette. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. One quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw on 2nd down. Groves. And now he'll tuck it and run.
The quarterback on the scramble. That's a gain of 5.
The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3.
64, weak. Hey, Orbit.
Looking to throw. Groves. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup, but they really want that.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. This time, the extra point up and good, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you, and make sure they touch it.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Right back to Drake. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
And the Dolphins first down.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Check the backer, check the backer. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Watch the twist, watch the twist. Joker, 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 joker. Come on, 3, check 3. Come on,
And he'll give it here to his running back. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Running, it's Drake. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 11. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. Back to throw. Groves. And an alley to run. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
On second down, it's Drake. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Really a great season. Not a whole lot to hang their head about.
Not at all. And, you know, the winning side, they're so ecstatic. They're going to the Super Bowl. But for the guys that we're talking about, they've got to figure out how it's going to go next year. Are they going to be motivated by this loss? Or will this loss linger?